Hi guys, this is your Max aka Max. Welcome back to another video on the channel. So for today, right, we actually already have 9 league players for the FUT Centurions Team 2. Right? The players, right, I'm not gonna lie, right, they're kinda hype. So we also actually have some leaked SBCs. Some SBCs that were already released, as well as some that was leaked but has yet to be released. So if you guys are actually excited for this Centurions Team 2, right, please hit that like and subscribe button. Yeah, it really helps out the channel a lot. So actually, let's move on to the loading screen. So this is what you actually see when you actually log in FIFA 23, right? And as you can see, we have 3 players on the screen, and let's find out who are these 3 players, right? So for the first player, right, it's actually Zlatan, right? Actually, what this reminds me of is actually flashback Zlatan when he was actually playing for LA Galaxy, whereby the SBC was just like crazy, right? He was really good. The next card that is actually in the center is actually Mohamed Salah. So what is amazing about this, right, is actually we already have a lot of special Salah cards, right? We had the 91 inform, the 92 inform, as well as the 92 out of position. So that actually makes it his 4th special. So next up, the last card, right, is actually Marco Reus, the one on the right hand side. So surprisingly, right, Reus doesn't have any special cards in this edition. So actually I think it's about time that he gotten one. We also actually have a Fred leaked, right? Actually, he is so much more better in FIFA than he is in real life. I would say that he's considered a meta player. There will be so much demand for the Casemiro card, right? Since both of them play for the same team, right? Man United, and of course, both of them are Brazilian as well. Alright, continuing on about the sheer number of AC Milan special cards that we already have in the game, right? Salamakers is actually scheduled to also be released. So we already have informed Theo Hernandez, informed Tomori, we have the special Rafa Leao, as well as the Ibra that I've actually talked about, right? So if you guys actually would like to trade all these special cards, right, are actually the way to go because AC Milan has so many of them. And finally, this FIFA, right, we're actually getting so many more Chelsea cards as compared to the previous seasons, right? So of course the pace on SP Liquidata, if it's 77, right, doesn't actually look that impressive, but if you're a Chelsea fan, right, he actually provides a lot of good links for all your Chelsea special cards that you have, like your Kante, your Ziyech, and your Thiago Silva, among many other players. So we also actually have a Marco Verratti, right? He actually provides a cheaper alternative for your PSG player links as compared to Renato Sanchez, his once-to-watch version, whereby he costs about 600k. I'm quite sure that Verratti will actually be the cheaper alternative, right? So if you have PSG players, I look forward to having Verratti in your team. We actually also have a Tadic card leaked. I think his 88 pace and his shooting and passing looks pretty good. But of course, he is in the Dutch league, right? So I don't think many people have Dutch players. So we also actually have Rafa. So GG's if you actually did the Enzo Fernandez, and if you actually need somebody to link to your Enzo Fernandez, right, Rafa is your guy, and he's probably gonna end up being pretty cheap as well. So next we'll actually talk about the new codes that were actually added. So we actually have this Prime Icon Nesta loan pack whereby you can play him on 7-game loan. So my guess is probably it's actually similar to what we had last week with Ledley King. Right, if you guys remember, right, we actually had Ledley King in the moment store for free on a 7-game loan as well. So I think this is what this loan is. So we also actually have the Elite Pack Plus, which actually contains 26 rare gold players with one guaranteed to be 86 or higher on top of a rare players pack, which is actually your 50k pack. So what this simply means is that it's actually a pack within a pack. So this rare players pack is actually inside the elite players pack. So next we actually have this Centurions special pack whereby you have 100 rare gold players with one guaranteed to be 87 rated or higher, or what I would actually like to call the scam pack, because you know the pack weight for this kind of like 100 players pack, right, is actually very bad if you guys have been following the videos. So we also actually have this first ever Centurions consumables pack, right? Right, this none. I mean, I haven't seen any pack ever in FIFA that gives you 5 chemistry styles along with 50 position modifiers. So it'll be interesting to see where they release it in, because if it's actually a store pack, right, I don't think anybody will actually buy it. So lastly, right, we actually also have the 82 plus overall rated or higher player. So my guess is this is likely to be a SBC, right? So out of all these packs, right, I'm quite sure that the Elite Pack Plus and the Centurion Special Pack will be a store pack. As for the consumables pack, right, my guess is it's likely gonna be maybe in SBCs or like your objective. So next, right, we're actually gonna talk about some of the content that was just released. So as I talked about in the last video, right, Martin Odegaard is actually just confirmed to be the player of the month for the Premier League. So he actually requires an 82 rated squad as well as an 85 rated squad with 1 inform. So the total value of this SBC is about 85k, which I would think that it's actually quite decent value considering, right, he actually has 5-star skill moves, right, and he's also a Prem player, so you always have that Prem tax, but in this case it's quite decent value. So let's actually go back to talk about some of the content that was leaked but we haven't actually saw it. So we actually had this Declan Rice leaked yesterday, right, but EA has actually yet to release it. Now I really hope that they release it today, which I think is gonna happen on Friday, because what happens is, right, I actually made a couple of trades whereby I actually bought lots of Thilo Kriel, right, the West Ham centre back. I have like about 20 on my transfer list. I bought him at about 34.5k. So because his SBC wasn't released like yesterday, right, his price actually went down to 31k and now he's actually back up to 34k. So I actually hope that he gets released. So next, we can actually talk about a showdown SBC. Right, as I already mentioned, there are so many special AC Milan cards, right, currently. We have another one scheduled to be released. Right, it's actually Origi versus Mkhitaryan, right, for this showdown. So I don't think we'll actually be seeing this SBC showdown SBC today. I think it'll likely come on Saturday or Sunday, because this game, right, Milan versus Inter, right, is actually happening on Wednesday. So next, right, let's actually talk about fodder. So as you guys can see, right, 84 raters are currently at 3.5k. Later when it actually drops down to about 3k after all the promo packs are open, right, I think that's a very good pickup price. As for your 85 rateds, right, they're currently about 13k or 14k, which is actually the max price, right. I would say that 9k is a good pickup price for them. As for your 86s, right, they're currently 15k. I think a good pickup price will be about 11k, right. As for your other higher rateds, right, for the moment, right, like your 89, 90s and 91s, I wouldn't be touching them just yet, because I don't think we'll be getting any gamble type SBC soon. Okay, so if you guys will actually like to know what other players to trade with, right, y'all can actually join my Discord, right. I will leave the link down in the description below. So let's actually talk about some of the content that EA actually released yesterday as well, right. So we actually have this Ryan Kent and James Tavernier that was released yesterday, right. So it's basically a 82 rated squad for Kent, and if you want Tavernier as well, you have to submit a 84 rated squad. So in total it's about 60k for the both of them, which I think it's actually decent value. So I have actually done a review for the two of them. If you guys would like to check them out, right, to see whether they are worth doing, you can actually click on the top right hand corner of this video. I'll leave the link there and you guys can actually see whether they are worth doing. So We have actually gotten back into trading recently in light of the Team of the Year promo because I want to have more coins. So what happened was we actually bought Inform Tomori right at 222k. As I mentioned, we have so many AC Milan special cards that are already in the game, and we have more coming out. We have 3 more that's going to be released, right? So all these cards will be in high demand. I also bought a Ruho, right, at 76k. So right now, right, I'm actually gonna show you guys some live trading, right? Let's check out Tomori's price. So we bought him at 222k, right, Tomori, with a shadow. Alright, let's see how much is he alright, nope, not Brolin. Let's see how much he's worth, yeah. Okay, so on Footbin he's about 245. Alright. So it's about 249. So let's list him out for 248 later. So we also have Path to Glory Arujo, right? It's about 85, I think. Alright, it's about 84.5. Alright, so 84.5k for Arujo and 248k for Tomori. Okay, so let's actually calculate how much money we'll be making for the two of them. Alright, so we actually bought Tomori for 222k, right? We're gonna list him up for 248. Alright, let's see how much we make. Alright, so 248k. So we are actually making 13.6k after tax, right? If he sells at that price. And Arujo, we actually bought him for 76k, right? We're gonna list him up for 85, right? So after taking into account the tax, we actually make 4750 for Arujo, right? So it's a almost 5k profit. It's pretty decent considering that you're putting about 70 odd k. So if you guys would actually like to learn how to trade, right, you can actually join us live on Twitch, where I'll be answering any of your questions about trading or investing, and I'll also be doing some live trading myself. Right, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys soon.